You were one of the lead lawyers for the victims of the D.C. sniper. Can you tell us a little bit about that case?
I was one of the lawyers for the D.C. Victims of the D.C. Snipers, for a number of the families who lost loved ones to the D.C. snipers, John Muhammad and Lee Malvo. And that's another example of just the sort of outrageous conduct that goes on in the gun business. In the fall of 2002, Lee Malvo and John Muhammad terrorized the Washington, D.C. metropolitan area, shooting at innocent people from the woods. No one knew who was doing the shooting. They ultimately killed 12 people, injured others, and as someone who lives in this area, I recall only getting out of my car with my children when we had a shield of vans or buses that shielded us from the main roadway where we thought the snipers could be, and everyone in this area lived that way. In that case, Muhammad and Malvo, the two snipers, were both prohibited from having guns. How did they get the gun that they used to shoot so many people? They got it from a grossly irresponsible gun dealer in Washington State, and this gun dealer had lost, quote, lost, over 230 guns that they couldn't account for. I put lost in quotes because it's always very suspicious when a gun dealer says that they can't account for so many guns, because no responsible business person would allow so much inventory to walk out the door without a sale. So there's always a suspicion that that gun dealer may be selling guns out the back door, off the books, to criminals and others. But in that case, the best case from the point of view of the gun dealer is that Lee Malvo, a teenager, was able to walk into that store and walk out with a assault weapon that cost about $1,000, walk out with it without the dealer realizing that it was missing until weeks later when the police called and said that they found that weapon in the trunk of the sniper's car. That's the best case that you could make for that gun dealer. And again, hundreds of guns, quote, missing from that gun store. Fortunately, after the sniper shooting came to light, we were able to get a $2.5 million settlement against the dealer and the manufacturer, and ATF finally shut down that gun dealer. But that was only after all of these people lost their lives and the community was terrorized. And this is an example of ATF being handcuffed by laws that don't allow them to do their job, by lack of resources, and by intimidation, really, by the gun lobby. We really need to crack down on gun dealers who are irresponsible, which is not all gun dealers. Most of them may not be, most of them may be responsible, but there are a few of them that are bad apples, and we really need to crack down on them and allow ATF to crack down on them.
Is this that you're holding?
This is the model of the gun that the DC snipers used.